Oh, there's only two of them, but oh, look at you.
Oh, it's the same one. They're just bringing that one back to taunt you, and now they're throwing glow sticks. What is this, some kind of hip-hop rave?
She would make a great future ex-Mrs. Mark Clemson.
She wouldn't even look at Mr. Mark Clemson, so I don't know how you expect her to start that process.
Speaking of upcoming nuptials, congratulations on the engagement.
And speaking of coming up, I don't know what's going on under this desk with you. But regardless, I appreciate the kind thoughts and tell you this, my fiance wouldn't think this behavior is an appropriate role model for young women all over the world.
Well, I guess in a way you gotta be happy that your fiance is not up there. These girls definitely have daddy issues.
That's an unfair assumption. You're blanketing an entire... What are they doing up there?
Even women are taking pictures. How great is that?
It's not great. It's horrible. They've got these long, thin glow sticks. I don't know what they're for. Trying to start this match. Corvis has been standing in the ring for about 45 minutes now. He just wants to wrestle. We only have till 2012. Let's get this match started.
Well, if you're gonna go out, you might as well have some fun.
They've got pearl necklaces on. It's not even Mardi Gras. And what's so funny about a pearl necklace?
Well, once again, in this matchup, both injured tag team partners are out on the floor, and let's see if they'll make a difference in the matchup.
Mia Yim is, of course, out there with Johnny D, and she took it upon herself not to bring a shirt tonight.
And that's true. And well, with Mia Yim on the outside, I think that puts the advantage with Hollywood Joe Hardway, because unlike the strippers, Mia Yim is not just eye candy. As we know, she's a trained athlete and can handle herself very well in the ring.
However, with that top on, I can see what she used her wrestling money for.
That is a good point. They are enhanced.
I was talking about her shirt.
Right. Hollywood Joe Hardway, who debuted in Jersey All Pro Wrestling at Holy Ouch 2. In his very first matchup, lost to the late Trent Acid. It was in that matchup, Johnny D was the manager of Trent Acid and noticed something special in Joe Hardway, and really that could have been the birth of the Southside Playaz Club, because he already had something with Mo Sexton, and Johnny D, while he hasn't had tag team gold with the Southside Playaz Club yet, he certainly has a lot of fun. Listen, tonight we're going to see Jushin Thunder Liger in the main event in the best of the light heavyweights with 5 of the best in the country. We're going to see the Hit Squad. Oh, look. I was going to say we're going to see the Hit Squad versus the United States Death Machine. Something tells me that Joe Hardway's match isn't going to be anything like those.
Well, Johnny D, he's had one victory tonight managing Rhino. He's hoping to make this 2-0 in this match. But Corvis is tired of the chicanery and the nonsense that comes along with the Southside Playaz Club. Very egotistical, very full of themselves. They have their own vests.
They have an own photographer. I don't know if King Mort caught it on the floor, but their one photographer has SSPC cut into his hair.
Oh my God. That's just embarrassing, Clemson. That's almost as embarrassing as having Mark Clemson as a child. Almost.
Not quite. Corvis Fear. Oh, that was Mo Sexton. Just grabbed the heel of Corvis Fear. Joe Hardway up to his feet and takes Corvis Fear down with a lung blower.
That was a mistake by Corvis Fear. You got to let those things go, because the Southside Playaz Club realized that if they can get you looking towards the outside of the ring, Joe Hardway, who's on the inside of the ring, is going to take full advantage. He hasn't even taken off his coat yet.
That's a very good point.
What, the coat thing?
Yes. And I'm kind of surprised that Mike Quest came out to the ringside area, because he announced on his Facebook page, and I announced on Jersey All Pro Wrestling Radio, which you can hear at blogtalkradio.com/JAPW, that Mike Quest said he officially retired from active pro wrestling. So one's got to wonder, is he rethinking that? Did he get some better news from the doctors? Why is Mike Quest out there?
I don't know. I tell you this, though. Mike Quest has pro wrestling in his blood. He loves pro wrestling. When he's not wrestling, he does his own podcast about wrestling.
He does.
So I don't see him giving this up. Might have been a fleeting moment. Who knows? But those are decisions that maybe when you're injured you make. Once you heal up, you change your mind. Or he could just be out here supporting his partner or former partner, if it is true, Corvis Fear. Either way, he wants to be represented somehow at Jersey All Pro Wrestling's anniversary show.
That's a very good point, but the thing that both Mike Quest and Mo Sexton have to worry about is if the action spills out on the floor and they get physically involved. They're injured now, they could injure themselves even more, you know, if the action spills out to the floor. So it's not smart, at least in my mind, that Mike Quest and Mo Sexton are out on the floor.
Now, Mo Sexton hasn't made any announcements about retiring, but he also doesn't strike me as a long-term planner. He seems to live life in the fast lane, the short term.
You got a good point right there, and Joe Hardway in the ring with a nice standing side drop kick on Corvis Fear right to the face. He goes for a cover here, but Corvis Fear able to kick out. And again, Corvis looks like a young man. He is a relatively young man. I think he's only 27 years old, but already a 10-year veteran in the history of Jersey All Pro Wrestling.
Well, he started young, and he's going to be able to get a lot of years in. He's got more experience than most people would at his age, and that's something Joe Hardway's got to contend with. But Joe Hardway, he's got a lot of speed. He's in phenomenal shape, obviously. And he's gotten smarter in the ring since Johnny D started representing him. You got to give him that. He's turned around. When we first saw him, he didn't have the charisma, the pizzazz that he has now. And he also didn't have the in-ring, I wasn't going to say strippers, the smarts and the psychology that he uses in matches now to distract opponents. And while it may not be the most, not the strippers, it may not be the most fair thing in the world, it's gained him some victories.
Well, that's what Johnny D brings. Oh, nice move by Joe Hardway, a flatliner, bringing Corvis Fear in from the other side of the ropes. And that's what Johnny D brings to the Southside Playaz Club. They're a relatively young team. They like to have fun, and you know, if you think about it, when you have fun, you might not think straight. And that's why Johnny D's out there, to make them think straight, to make them concentrate on winning matches, albeit with help from strippers or me, and do what you have to do to win and win championships. And that's what Johnny D has proved year in and year out in Jersey All Pro Wrestling. He's taken the Hit Squad to 7 tag team championships. He's taken the Haas Brothers to multiple tag team championship, the Solution to a tag team championship, Homicide to 6 or 7 Jersey All Pro Wrestling heavyweight championship title defenses. So Johnny D knows what it takes to make champions.
Are you implying by not thinking straight that the Southside Playaz Club ends up intoxicated a lot of the times?
Yes.
That's disappointing, Clemson. But Corvis Fear is back in charge of this match. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons why Corvis Fear may have an advantage here is because he's dressed oh, was that a double big boot it looked like? Corvis Fear is dressed appropriately here in the winter months. Look at those fuzzy knee pads. Those knees are not going to be nearly as cold as his opponent.
Both men a victim of the double boot. Both of them trying to get up to their feet very slow. Referee Matt Bennett making the count. So far the strippers, Mia Yim and Johnny D, have yet to play a factor in the matchup.
And by the way, yes, whoa, he's got him up on his shoulders and he drops him down to the mat. Could this be it? 1, 2, nope, not quite. By the way, the knee pad comment, yes indeed, it was more analytics from yours truly, the broadcast analyzer.
The man who seems to own Sirius XM. Oh, and look at that. Mo Sexton just sent Mike Quest down to the floor, and that's Quest's crutch. Mo Sexton stole the crutch of Mike Quest. Quest is down on the floor, not moving. Joe Hardway with that crutch. And wait a minute, Any Social has now made herself a factor in the matchup and just took away the crutch.
You bet she has. A D factor.
Double D factor. Oh, I think she just took down Quest. Corvis Fear hit the chronic cutter on Joe Hardway, and that did it. Any Social, I don't know if it was a plan by her and Corvis Fear, but she came out and she just put the momentum 180 degrees towards Corvis Fear, and he came out of the win with that chronic cutter, and Mia Yim's in the ring now.
Oh, but Antisocial is taking care of it as Mia Yim and Antisocial go back and forth.
And these two girls just don't like each other. Then they are going at it full force right now in the ring.
Mia Yim led to Antisocial leaving the D Factor initially. Corvis Fear has Mia Yim.
He's gonna manhandle a woman.
Person handle, Clemson.
Oh! I think he might need a tetanus shot after that. And a split-legged stunner. The social disorder just takes out Mia Yim.
Mia Yim, her mouth is feeling like she just took a shot of Novocaine.
Who's gonna have to get in the tetanus shot, Corvis or Mia Yim?
I don't know, but I don't know why you think Mia Yim is dirty and those strippers are clean. Regardless,
I didn't say that.
Corvis Fear and Antisocial, a double whammy tonight. Corvis Fear wins this match, but I hope Mike Quest is doing okay. He's an injured man. He got shoved to the floor, and he was contemplating retirement, like you said earlier. I hope he's going to be able to recover from this. Antisocial, Corvis Fear, Mike Quest, though, stand victorious as the D Factor exits stage right.